Well, hello, and welcome back to the Angry Americans. I hope you're still angry. A little bit of change this week. This was actually going to be titled, Hey, Congress, watch out, we're coming for you. A couple of things that are going in line with that are going to delay that. But in the next week or two, it'll either be next week or the week after. I think I'll have everything that I need or I feel I want done finished in that time. When you see that title, there's going to be a big announcement. Big. So watch for it and tune in. I think you'll like it. So this week, we're going to talk about being an American. What does it mean to be an American? What does it mean to you? Basic definition of being an American is you're born or naturalized citizen of the United States of America. And with that comes certain rights, certain liberties, and I feel certain responsibilities. So, how do you let people know that you're an American? Really, I mean, if you look around your neighborhood, everybody is probably an American. Of course, there are exceptions. We do have aliens here that are legally here. We have some that aren't, but I'm only talking about the ones who are here legally. They have green cards, they have student visas, they have work visas. They're not citizens, they're not Americans, but they live here. And they aspire oftentimes to become citizens, to become Americans. And I was thinking about as a kid growing up in Michigan, suburb of Detroit, there were a lot of American flags being flown all the time, but especially on Memorial Day, on 4th of July, on Veterans Day. Patriotism was something to be proud of. And I hope that's not different today and that maybe we've just gotten away from some traditions. When I walk through my neighborhood, it's sad. My house is the only house that flies an American flag. I know I'm not the only American in my neighborhood, and I doubt that other people are grossly ashamed of being Americans or not going to show the flag. But the flag, there are a lot of symbols for America, right? We have the American bald eagle, we have the buffalo, we have other symbols, but the American flag holds a special place for patriots. We have the 13 stripes for the 13 original colonies. We have the 50 stars that represent the 50 states that are currently in our union. And it's a symbol that's flown with pride. There's a code that we have to follow in flying the flag. There are certain times it's at half staff. Memorial Day, it's half staff until noon, and then it gets raised to full staff after that. So there are responsibilities that go along with that. And I challenge you, if you're not flying the American flag, fly it. And I've been talking to people in my neighborhood and in my life about that. And surprisingly, I've heard from several people that, oh, my HOA doesn't allow us to fly flags. That makes me angry. Not that they say you can't fly it, that you listen to them, that you believe them. In the future, I do plan on doing an episode on knowing the law, knowing what the law is. And the law is they cannot deny you the right to fly the American flag on your property. Now, there are sometimes with HOAs some restrictions, and it depends what kind of an HOA you're in. So there are detached condominiums that have HOAs. those you own the house, but not the land that it sits on. And then there are HOAs that are deeded where you own the house and the property. So if you're in a detached condo, you can still fly the flag. You may just have to attach it to your house. Other places, you can fly the flag. 2005, they passed a flag law that was specifically targeted towards HOAs where they cannot deny you the ability to fly a flag on your own property. So know the laws, look it up, find out what type of an HOA are you in. Is it a detached condo? Is it just an HOA where you are deeded, you own the home and the land? Because you can't let people tell you, oh, just because they tell you that's the rules, that's the law, doesn't mean it's legal, doesn't mean it's right. Even when we're dealing with law enforcement, they oftentimes tell us things that aren't necessarily true. And they say, well, that's the law, and you have to do this and you have to do that. Again, just because they say it's the law doesn't mean that it is. So know the law. And like I said, there will be a future episode just on that. But I do want you to know about legalities in being able to fly the American flag. Beyond that, we have what we call the Declaration of Independence. And when our founders made that declaration, they were very careful on what they said. I'm sure it wasn't off the top of my head, this is what we're going to say, this is what we're going to do. And you should read it. We're going to read it right now. It says, we hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, and that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Now, nobody has probably never heard that. We all know that, right? Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. But it goes on from there to say that to secure these rights, governments are instituted among men, deriving their just powers from the consent of the governed. That whenever any form of government becomes destructive of these ends, it is the right of the people to alter or to abolish it, and to institute new government, laying its foundation on such principles and organizing its powers in such form as to them shall seem most likely to affect their safety and happiness. So again, it comes back to we the people, all of us, we the people of America. We have to give consent, deriving their just powers from the consent of the governed. If we don't like it, we have to stop voting them in. If they're not doing things we want them to do, we have to stop voting them in. We have to come together. And we have to make the change. We're the only ones who can. Now let's talk about these three things: life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Life, pretty easy, right? If you're watching this, if you're listening to this, you've probably got a life. You're probably alive. But it's more than that. It's not just being alive. It's the freedom to have the life that we want to have. To, within the law, do what we want to do, live how we want to live, practice religion how we want to practice religion, raise our kids the way we want to raise kids. Government can't overreach into our life. Liberty, freedom from tyranny and arbitrary government power. Yeah. Liberty, freedom, good synonyms. There's a civil liberty, which gives us protection from government overreach. And then the political liberty gives us the right to participate in self-government. We govern ourselves through elected officials, and then we're mad that we're not being self-governed, we're being told. Again, that's on us. So I want this to be a wake-up call. I want us all, we should all be so upset with our government. I didn't say with the Democrats. I didn't say with the Republicans. I didn't say with the Supreme Court justices. I didn't say with the POTUS, the President of the United States, with the government in general. We vote them in. We can vote them out. We talked about that last week. If you missed it, go back, look for it, read it, learn it, love it, live it. So tyranny is an arbitrary, oppressive, or cruel exercise of power, especially in the government. Does that sound like anybody we know? Does that sound like anybody who has ever given a speech recently in Congress? Sounds like a lot of them to me. So we don't want tyranny. We want liberty. But we're not taking a stand. We're not doing anything about it. We can be angry, but we shouldn't be ashamed to be an American. I'm proud to be an American. America's got problems. We're working on it. We're starting here. We're starting now. We're going to make it better. I can't do it alone. You can't do it alone. We, the people. Our government has forgotten about we, the people. We're going to remind them. We're going to send them some love letters. Stop voting in incumbents. Don't accept tyranny. It's unconstitutional. Okay, maybe they're going to call you names. Maybe they're going to make things challenging for you. So what? Do you think things were easy when we succeeded from Britain? Do you think things were easy as Paul Revere rode through the town? The redcoats are coming, the redcoats are coming. Easy doesn't pay much. Look, if you're perfectly happy with how things are in your life, how America is, stop watching right now. Don't come back, don't watch. If what I'm describing isn't the America that you want, send me your name and your address. I'll take up a collection. We'll help you move to a country that's better suited for you. This is America. This is how America was founded. This is what America is. If you don't like it, move or change it. If you think you're the majority and I'm just some crackpot that's totally wrong, okay. The same process that I'm describing for patriots to take America back is the same process that you can use to change it. Good luck with that. It ain't going to happen. I promise you. The squeaky wheel gets the oil. Yeah. We all hear all the socialist people screaming about America this, America that, open the borders, we need to be, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, we hear it. And yet, Trump still got elected. What's that tell you? You're not the majority. Republicans still have the majority. I don't see that changing. Not this year. How about the pursuit of happiness? We covered life, we covered liberty, now the pursuit of happiness. A pursuit is the act of chasing, seeking, or striving to an end, a goal, an object. And it's often with effort, with determination. And it's sustained action over time. So the pursuit of happiness is both an individual thing and a collective thing. Individually, if you're not happy with your circumstances, with your living conditions, with your life, ultimately you have to take that first step. There are resources, there is help to help you change that, but you have to change it. We can talk about changing America till we're blue in the face. We can put out a video 3, 4, 5 times a day talking about what we need to do, how we need to do it. But if we don't take action, it means nothing. That's why I had to postpone the video I was going to do for a week, maybe 2. There's an email I'm waiting to get answered, and a couple of people I need to speak to before I can be sure to make the announcement that I want to make. I don't see any reason why it won't happen. For me, I just feel I have to do these things first. Regardless of that, help me. Help me help you, help yourself, help your neighbor, help your family, help your community, help your state, help your country. We're going to talk about that more in the future as well. What we can do, how we can do. Start doing some research. If you've never read the Constitution, you should. If you've never read the Bill of Rights, you should. If you've never read the Declaration of Independence, you should. In fact, you must. If you're an American, these are things you must read. As a child in school, we had civics class. We read it. We talked about it. We explored it. We had these things that had hard outer covers and papers in between them. We used to call them books. Dictionaries, encyclopedias, these places called the library we used to go to. They still exist. You can still do it. Or you can pull it up online. The information is readily available, easier than ever in the past. So if you're an American and you haven't read the Declaration of Independence, the Constitution of the United States, the Bill of Rights, shame on you. I'm angry at you now. So read it by next week so I don't have to be angry at you anymore. We can't know what we want to do if we don't know how it's supposed to be. And as you read it, you're going to either agree or disagree. And you can agree and disagree in different parts, but it doesn't matter. That's the way it is. Our country was set up declaring our independence, making a constitution, and establishing a Bill of Rights. Until that's changed, I hope not in my lifetime, that's what being an American is. Read it, take pieces from it and put it in your memory banks. Read it again. Add to your memory bank. And then live your life that way. Be proud to be in America. Until next time, stay angry, but stay focused. We still have a lot of work to do. See you later.